inquisitive minds. My name is Socratina and I am an educationalist. I offer educational help to society, especially to the philosophy world. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk on metaphysics as one of the branches of philosophy. Just last week I talked on epistemology as one of the branches of philosophy. So stay with me and don't go anywhere. If you know you missed out on my last video on epistemology, you can click here to watch it, and so you can get a better understanding of this very branch of philosophy. Metaphysics happens to be one of the branches of philosophy that tries to address or to investigate the why question. It is derived from two Greek words, physical, which means nature, and meta, which means beyond. So metaphysics means beyond nature. That is talking about the world beyond the physical world, the world that we cannot experience. So metaphysics is also that science of ultimate principle, the science of ultimate reality. It is also the science of being. Metaphysics tries to address the questions of why, like questions like, why is there something instead of nothing? What is the purpose of life? What is the nature of the mind? Is reality one or many? Our actions, are they free or determined? So these are questions that metaphysician tries to address. So in trying to answer metaphysical questions, we see that it has some kind of relations with epistemological questions. So we try to ask, how is the metaphysical questions relate with the epistemological question? That is the how question and the why question. According to Aristotle, he said that every man by nature decided to know. In this, we can say that every epistemological questions has some words of metaphysical dimension. That is to say, there is no epistemological question without metaphysical dimension. Now, trying to trace metaphysics, we can see that we can trace that metaphysics is traced down from as a result of editorial error made by Aristotle, editor, which is known as Andronicle of Rhodes. So when he was sorting out Aristotle's work after he dead, he found out that Aristotle's work, most of his work, the work he wrote about the physical, these works were not titled, so he decided to title them. That is when the word metaphysics came to existence. So in this, we can see that metaphysical questions are not really empirical questions. Metaphysical questions are not empirically verifiable, but they are said to be rationally warrantable. Because metaphysical questions are not empirically verifiable, that is to say, there is no amount of empirical search that can give us answer to a metaphysical question. So in trying to know the answer, in trying to get answer to metaphysical question, we see that we cannot actually get answer to this metaphysical question. This is the reason why most people tend to reject metaphysics, because they phrase that metaphysical questions cannot give us the actual meaning of life. They cannot give us the answer to life problems. Metaphysical questions takes us out of this life. Let's take, for example, when we talk about the mind. There is no way we can experience the mind. Like, what is the nature of the mind? There is no way we can experience the mind to tell us that this is how the mind looks like or any kind of thing. So metaphysical questions takes us out of this world. They are not empirically verifiable. That is why a lot of people try to reject metaphysics, because they feel that physical questions cannot give us answer to life questions. Let's take, for example, René Descartes. When he asked questions about the mind and body, of course he was the first person to pose the mind and body problems when he was asking about the nature of the mind and how the body and the mind relate. So we can find out there is no way that one can experience the mind to tell us how the mind looks like or the nature of the mind. It is even difficult to even tell us where your brain, the location of your brain, talk more of pointing towards or explaining to us the nature of the mind. So these questions are metaphysical questions, and they take us out of this world. When we start asking about questions like our actions, are they free or are they determined? You cannot actually know if your actions are determined or if they are free, because we don't know the nature of our actions. So when we ask these questions, we know that these questions takes us out of this world. The questions of metaphysics are questions that we cannot experience, things that we cannot talk about, things that we cannot relate with. So metaphysical questions are abstract questions because they take us out of this world. So even when we talk of the science, we know that of course science has metaphysics as a foundation. And also say that science, most of the questions of science cannot be empirically verified. Say atoms and molecules of the science, they cannot be verified. When it comes to metaphysics, we should understand that metaphysical questions do not give us answer to real life questions. They do not picture or mirror reality. They take us out of this world. They do not explain the world that we are in. Rather, they take us out of this world. So metaphysical questions do not mirror reality. They do not capture the physical world. Rather, they talk about the world beyond nature, the world that we cannot experience. This is why a whole lot of argument has been put on, because if metaphysical questions cannot mirror reality and give us answers to life problems, so why then are we studying metaphysics? What is the essence of metaphysics? Because metaphysical questions do not answer life problems, but they take us out of this world. So what is the essence of metaphysics? Nothing to write home about metaphysics. These are the claims of anti-metaphysicians, because they believe that metaphysical questions cannot capture reality. So what is the essence of doing metaphysics? The essence of life is to experience the life that we are in and capture our experience, a day-to-day life experience. So if metaphysics as a branch of philosophy takes us out of this world, what then is the essence of it? Why the essence of life is to experience life and talk things that relate to life and things that we can experience. If metaphysics happens to take us out, if metaphysical questions and statements happens to take us out of this life, what then is our king? We cannot deal without metaphysical questions. Reason being that there is no way a statement or most sentence can be complete without metaphysical statement. Say for example, if you want to express yourself, how you feel concerning a particular person, there is no way you can express yourself without attaching that statement with some word of metaphysical statement. Say for example, I love you, and this statement is a metaphysical statement. If you say we should abandon metaphysics, how can you express yourself? How can you express your feeling to some other person? And how can you actually tell the next person how you feel? Like for example, you want to express your feeling, or you want to do something, a kind of thing that you want to do that it's not actually something that one can experience, but you have to express it. If we should take away metaphysics, how then can we capture these things? So anti-metaphysicians to think twice, and no matter anything, we should understand that metaphysical statements are also still needed in this life, because we cannot do without them. We cannot express ourselves without metaphysical statements. So we should not be anti-metaphysician. Although we know that this metaphysical statement or questions cannot capture reality, they cannot mirror reality, they cannot answer life problems, but rather they take us out of this world. They make us absent our mind, start thinking outside this world. But these statements are important in our day-to-day conversation. Thank you very much for watching, and if you find this video interesting and educating, I invite you to hit on the subscribe button and then click on the notification bell so you can get every of my weekly videos. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.